Hot take alert, The Boys is basically a dumpster fire now. The Boys seasons 1 and to a lesser degree 2 were basically prestige television. They used the fantasy-made real approach to superheroes and the evil Superman trope to deliver mind-blowingly apropos and often hilarious satire and social commentary on most relevant aspects of modern American and global society, politics, religion, gender, sexuality, corporate wickedness, systemic corruption, etc. Even President Barack Obama once included the show back then on his list of favorite TV series because of the brilliant and clever way that it used a dark superhero story to deliver societal commentary. And part of what made that commentary so good was that it was largely objective. It took shots at inconsistencies, wrongs, and internal contradictions on all sides. Republicans, Democrats, Christians, non-Christians, gays, straights, none were immune, all got hit pretty well, besides which the show's plot, the actual story, was consistent, sharp, mature, prescient, and unpredictable in all the best ways. Then came season 3, and the cracks started to show. More predictable plotting. We all knew from day one, for example, that Butcher's plan to kill Homelander would never work. Commentary that skewed less universal and more democratic, shots aimed less at issues on all sides and more at Christians and the U.S. Republican Party, increasing abandonment of Homelander's layered psychopathic portrayal in favor of a narrative depicting him as a dime store Trump parody, fresh dedication to feminazi preaching and agenda pushing, more unimportant side quests that distracted from the main narrative, more uninspired filler material, a new focus on humiliating and demonizing straight white male characters so that gay and particularly female characters could present as more dignified, intelligent, and powerful, increasing insistence that masculinity is toxic while femininity is aspirational because, of course, the future is female, an increased willingness to sacrifice story for agenda. The show's creator, for example, has gone on record to say that he would not kill off Queen Maeve despite her dying in the source material because he doesn't want to kill gay characters. Storytelling that was less sophisticated and more formulaic, all capped off by the first truly disappointing finale in the show's run. I like to think there's a version of the season 3 finale wherein the viewers knew all along that the plan to kill Homelander would fail, but were still entertained by watching that failure unfold because of how well the story was told. But the finale that we got, where Butcher just throws the entire plan away to save Ryan, did not come close to delivering. The season as a whole still worked, but it didn't have the same magic as those first 2 seasons. Season 4 couldn't even boast that much. Not only did season 4 multiply season 3's problems by a factor of at least 10, it added more issues, like curtailing relevant action, like telling a tale that was 90% wind up, like incorporating storylines and characters from a spin-off series as major plot points and expecting viewers to stay invested, like tossing in a super intelligent character and committing every screenwriting sin in the book with that character. Conveniently unexplained omniscience and conveniently glitchy omniscience are the 2 most salient that come to mind. The finale did stick the landing more so than season 3's finale and did set up what should have been an outstanding final season, but that didn't even begin to make up for what amounted to 7 preceding episodes of hot garbage, and that brings us to season 5. This season has thankfully corrected some, but not all, of season 4 and 3's mistakes, but it also burned through every last wisp of promise from the season 4 finale in one admittedly good premiere episode. That episode meticulously and frustratingly re-established the same status quo that has existed for most of this show's run, and since then season 5 has wasted every minute of its time spinning its wheels. Each episode has deployed the same tiresome formula. The boys find some weapon or tactic by which to kill and or ruin Homelander. Their plans hit a snag and fail. Then the status quo is reset for the next episode. Again, there's a version of this story that actually works, one that builds Homelander as an ultimate antagonist by slowly increasing the sense of dread and doom as he systematically counters the protagonist's every effort to stop him. This season just never pulls that off. The show's creator and actors promised at the front that no one is safe this season and that this season is the show's version of the apocalypse, but there have been no truly major deaths since episode 1, no damage to either side that has not been undone, and no real look at that unfolding apocalypse. Instead, we've gotten scene after scene of expositionary dialogue, silly character drama, and a truly bizarre narrative where Homelander seeks to become God in what is meant to be a mockery of Trump, the Christian faith, and generally the church. The soup-killing virus built up as a genocidal threat in Season 4 was watered down to a minor plot device. The Homelander-Ryan fight, built up from Seasons 2 to 4 as a spectacular inevitability, was executed as practically a slap fight, resulting in minor property damage and Homelander's omni-manning Ryan with some punches. For that matter, Ryan's use this season has been frustratingly sparse and abidingly disappointing, and I do think Invincible did a far superior job of displaying the physical and emotional fallout of an evil superfather versus goodish super son confrontation. One entire episode was wasted setting up another spin-off show that'll be premiering next year. Add to it Soulja Boy and Homelander's new ABC sitcom-y dynamic, and this show has lost any semblance of the nuance or style that defined it in those earlier seasons. It's basically no more now than an average CW show, but with more depraved sex, more foul language, and more gratuitous violence. I understand that Season 5 still has 4 more episodes to turn all that around, but given where things stand, that's quite a tall order to fill. I'm beginning to doubt that the writers are up to the task, and in hindsight, perhaps this show should have just been greenlit for 4 seasons at the start, with any spin-offs only enabled after the main story concluded. Perhaps that joint mandate would have kept later seasons of this show as tight as the first and helped the series maintain its quality throughout. Anyway, that's just my opinion, and I welcome alternative takes, so please tell me if and where I'm wrong. I just don't think I am.